Remember I told you Habibi, you know what I'm saying, my beloved, my dear brother, I told you, this is the night where the anthropomorphists are going to cry tonight. Because I didn't come here to, to butter it up and make it sweet for nobody. The anthropomorphists, the ones who liken Allah to the creation, they're going to understand now why we not them. Why we on different pages here. Why it's like a different whole program set up. And no matter what they say, it's like just bouncing off, and just like ricocheting in other directions and everything. You understand? Because these rules right here, these rules is our shield. This is our shield. This is the bulletproof right here. This is what this is. This is the bulletproof. So people shooting at this is not penetrating, it's not phasing. See, the existing visible object must either be moving or still. It's physical. It's an object. It exists. It has to be moving or still. It can't be not moving and not still, but it's a physical object and it exists. Right? Now, number 2. Examples that fall into the category of speculative necessity, wajib nadari, are: 1 is 1/4 of a tenth of 40. Right? I see brothers calculating. I see brothers do like this. Brothers looking like, yeah. See, that is speculative. That takes contemplation. It takes thought. It's a calculation. 1 is 1/4 of a tenth of 40. A tenth of 40 is what? 4. 1/4. 1/4 of 4 is 1. Right? And speculative necessity. Another example: the establishment of the pre-existence of our sustainer. The fact that Allah Ta'ala is pre-existent, He exists before everything. And everything, including time, including space, including place, including all these things, they all existed after Allah brought them into existence. Right? So that is wajib nadari. And there are so many wajib nadaris in the Aqeedah of Ahlus and Jamaa'ah. There's a lot of wajib nadaris. There's a lot of things that are wajib that it takes contemplation and thought to understand, but it is true. And the Aqeedah is not that it's supposed to be so simplified that you don't use any intellect or brain work. Can a person say that about the Quran and doing tajweed? Tajweed takes work. To read the Quran properly, not everybody can do it either. You know what I'm saying? It's not just as simple as a person knows Arabic that tajweed is going to be correct. A person can be born Arab and everything all their life, but could have mistakes in it. You know what I'm saying? So it takes time, it takes work, it takes effort. By saying these terms over and over again, at first they sound weird and strange. They sound weird, like, ikhfa, idgham, mad, and all that. This is strange, man. This is weird, man. Ikhfa, idgham, iqlam. What's this, man? You know what I'm saying? What is that all about? Al-Shamsiyya, al-Qamariyya, al-Huruf al-Shamsiyya, al-Huruf al-Qamariyya, and all that. It's like, come on, the sunny letters and the moony letters and all that. What is that? Al-Huruf al-Shamsiyya, al-Huruf al-Qamariyya. This is jokes, man. No, this is how that science has been protected. You gotta know that. You gotta know when some words wouldn't come before alif lam, you say the letter twice. In other words, you say the lam and then you say the letter. You gotta know the difference between that. Or you'll be saying al-qamar instead of al-qamar. So a person has to know. The same thing in the science. There's a lot of terms that might sound strange. Like, where do you get that from? This sounds weird. But you hear it. First it sounds strange. Hear it again, say it, until it becomes like your native tongue, inshallah, like your mother tongue. Right. So, the speculative necessity, wajib, nadari. There's a lot of examples for that, inshallah, and then science, we're going to get into them in detail and try to clarify why some people didn't understand them right because they didn't want to use their brains. The same people who were the enemies of intellect, the people who were against reasoning and thought, those same people are the ones that have made huge blunders in these same things we're talking about right here. So if the Muslim learns this, especially in Philly or anywhere in the world where they might be watching this, they can protect themselves and their family, their children from misunderstandings. Inshallah ta'ala. Number 3, examples that fall into the category of self-evident impossibility. Mustahil daruri. Now sometimes I want y'all to see this right here. Sometimes I will say self-evident for daruri, right? Sometimes I may say obvious. I'm only using both of those words so y'all know that both of them mean the same thing. That's the only reason why I'm doing it. I'm just letting y'all see that you can say obvious, you can say self-evident, you can say, but it means daruri, right? Or badihi. Remember, that's also another word too. Badihi. So examples that fall into the category of self-evident impossibility, mustahil, daruri, are: one is half of four. Person know that that's impossible immediately, and don't take any time to recognize that that's wrong, right? And a physical object is free from motion and stillness.
No brains.
No brains, right? Person thinks something like, I mean, it gotta be, come on now. Come on now. You know, no brains. The person thinks that a physical object is not moving and it's not still. You know what I'm saying? Right? So it's free from both of them. Can't be. The thing is, no, what's that person's brain doing is what it really the question is. You know what I mean? I'm glad you asked that. That's a good question. What's that person's brain doing? They in the matrix. They moving the spoon. They mind it, so they somewhere else. They off. They imagining what's not there. You know what I'm saying? So, examples that fall into the category of speculative impossibility. So this is necessarily, this is not really something a person knows right off that it's impossible, but it is. Okay? Examples of al-mustahil al-nadari are: one is half of a tenth of 40. That's wrong right there. One is not a half of a tenth of 40. Two is. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta think about it. You gotta think about it. You gotta think about it. You see what I'm saying? MashaAllah. One is a sixth of 12. Okay, that's also wrong. Anyone wanted to say what a sixth of 12 is? A sixth of 12? Oh, okay, I ain't gonna put you out there like it's 2. Yeah. My bad, I ain't want to buy it. I didn't want to be too quiet. People on the video look, dang, they didn't know that? I mean, you know, because we do plan to put us on the internet. So I don't know who's going to watch it. I don't really care, honestly. But, you know, I hope whoever watches can benefit from it, inshallah. But, you know, they might be like, dang, they must have been late. But they just wasn't thinking, man. You know what I mean? Alhamdulillah. Okay. A law existing in a time or place. That's also a mustahil nadari. That is a speculative impossibility. A law existing in a time or place. It's just not possible. It doesn't work that way. Why? Time is not a law. Place is not a law. That means then if time or place exists, and they both do, Allah created them from non-existence. If Allah created them from non-existence, then where was Allah before place? And when was Allah before time? So then, Allah Ta'ala cannot be confined in what He creates, nor can He be compared to or calculated by what He creates. Because there's nothing like unto Allah Ta'ala. So then if Allah Ta'ala, and we know He is exalted from having the qualities of the creatures, and all creatures exist in a time or a place, we know Allah is not like that. Right? Allahu Akbar. So then, number 5, examples that fall into the category of obvious possibility. Jaiz daruri. Jaiz daruri. Obvious possibility, self-evident possibility is one of us dying today or tomorrow. That's obvious possibility. Can nobody dispute that? You know, everyone knows that that's a possibility. Or another example, a physical body being in motion. Personally, got to think twice about that. It's possible for something that's a physical body to be in motion, like it's possible for it to be still. But it can't be both, and it can't be neither. That's what we do know. It can't be both moving and still, and it can't be a physical body that exists and it's not moving and it's not still. It got to be one or the other. And both of those are possibilities. It could be moving or it can be still, right?